This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Westmoreland man gets 2-year prison sentence for firearm offense. One of 5 men charged in Negril, Westmoreland with breaches of the Firearms Act in March of this year has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. 33-year-old Adane Lawson, a chef of Grange Hill, Westmoreland, was sentenced in the Western Regional Gun Court in Montego Bay. He was given 2 years imprisonment for illegal possession of a firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. Lawson was among 4 men charged by the Narcotics Police on March 13 after they were found on an illegal ganja farm in Springfield, Negril, Westmoreland. The police say 2 illegal 9mm firearms and a quantity of ammunition were seized. Lawson had previously pleaded guilty for possession of one of the illegal weapons and 13 rounds of ammunition. The other accused men are scheduled to appear in court on Thursday. Foul-mouthed teen who fought policewoman at court says sorry. The 19-year-old man who got into a physical altercation with a policewoman at court was made to apologize for his action that left the officer with a torn uniform and in pain on Tuesday. In addition to his apology, Ernest Trail was ordered to compensate the officer to the tune of $60,000 after pleading guilty to a number of charges, including assault occasioning bodily harm, 2 counts of malicious destruction of property, disorderly conduct, escaping custody, and abusive and calumnious language. Trail's mother, who was in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court, made an initial payment of $35,000 on his behalf. The altercation between Trail and the female officer occurred on Tuesday after he attended court on charges of resisting arrest and disorderly conduct arising from a previous incident. It is reported that Trail approached the policewoman to inquire about his name not being called for him to go inside the courtroom for his resisting arrest and disorderly conduct matter. During an exchange between the two, Trail reportedly used obscene language to the officer. A tussle developed when the officer attempted to take Trail to the holding area after telling him that she's going to charge him for his foul language. The officer's blouse was damaged during the incident that was captured on camera, and she was left with pain in her wrist. Another female officer who sought to intervene in the altercation ended up with a damaged shoe. Parish Judge Lorian Cole-Montague was not amused after hearing the allegation and viewing footage of the incident. "That mouth needs bleach," she told Trail. "I'm here in court doing the government's work, and you're out there behaving and carrying on in a disorderly manner. How dare you?" She added, "This place should be respected. I'm going to make an example out of you because this isn't Coronation Market. I wish I had a bullhorn on top of the courthouse to shout out to the people of Maxfield Avenue that this court isn't a joke." Cole-Montague asked the accused if the officer had been disrespectful to him, to which he responded, "She called me dunce. That's why I said that about her mother. Enough time people tell me about my mother. You are going to apologize to me, but mostly to the officer," Cole-Montague said. Trail then turned to the officer and said, "I am sorry." Trail's mother appealed to Cole-Montague not to let her son spend his 20th birthday, July 7, in jail. Cole-Montague subsequently ordered him remanded for sentencing on July 5 and instructed that the $25,000 balance should be paid then. Just before the police took Trail away, his mother kissed and prayed for him. Soldiers and suspect shot in Homestead clash. A suspected gunman was shot and a firearm recovered in Homestead, St. Catherine on Thursday. 2 soldiers were also injured during the exchange with the armed man, the Constabulary Communication Unit reported. Reports are that about 6 a.m., members of a joint police-military team went to the Mansfield Avenue section of the parish, and while there, they were approached by a man in the area who reportedly opened fire at the team. Police sources said a shootout ensued and the man was shot and injured and a firearm recovered. 2 JDF soldiers were also injured during the exchange. Sources reported that one of the soldiers was shot in the abdomen and the other in the left leg. All three were taken to the hospital where the gunman was pronounced dead. One of the soldiers is believed to be in serious condition. 4 arrested following gun seizure in Old Harbor. 4 men were taken into custody following the seizure of an illegal firearm during a spot check in Claremont Heights, Old Harbor, St. Catherine on Wednesday morning. The men were traveling in a vehicle sometime after 7 o'clock when they were stopped and the car searched by police. A .38 revolver was reportedly found. Bail extended for Patrick Roberts to return to court in September. Well-known producer, businessman, and counselor Patrick Roberts, who has been slapped with fraud charges, was today ordered to reappear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on September 28. Roberts and his co-accused, 28-year-old laborer Ramon Edwards, both had their bail extended when they appeared in court this morning. Roberts, the local government representative in the Malines Gardens Division and the chief executive officer of Shocking Vibe Production, was charged in May with forgery, uttering forged documents, and conspiracy to defraud after he was questioned by police investigators. While Edwards is facing a conspiracy to defraud charge, Roberts was released on $300,000 station bail, while Edwards was released on $100,000 station bail. Parish Judge Lorian Cole-Montague attached conditions to their station bail following a request from the prosecution. Roberts and Edwards were ordered to surrender their travel documents and to not have any contact with the Crown's witnesses. Edwards was also ordered to report on Wednesdays at the Duhaney Park police station. Allegations brought against the two are that the complainant's father's signature was forged on a will on April 19, 2019. It is further alleged that the forgery was witnessed by the two accused. Roberts is being represented by attorney-at-law Peter Champagny QC, while Edwards is being represented by Patrick Peterkin. Businessman gunned down in Buff Bay, Portland. Police officers in Buff Bay, Portland are trying to ascertain the motive behind the shooting death of a businessman on Wednesday night. The victim has been identified as 43-year-old Hogan Jones, also known as Bubba, of a Nelson Street address in Buff Bay. It is reported that Jones, who operates a cook shop, was gunned down by unknown assailants shortly after 10:30 along Main Street in the area. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Curfew extended in Kingston Central. The curfew that was imposed in sections of the Kingston Central Division has been extended for another 48 hours and will remain in effect until 7 p.m. on Friday, June 25. The boundaries are north along East Queen Street from the intersection with Hanover Street to the intersection with South Camp Road, east along South Camp Road from the intersection with East Queen Street to the intersection with Water Lane, south along Water Lane from the intersection with South Camp Road to the intersection with Hanover Street, west along Hanover Street from the intersection with Water Lane to the intersection with East Queen Street. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Baby girl attacked and mauled by dogs in St. Anne. A 1-year-old girl is being treated at hospital after she was attacked and mauled by a pack of dogs in Lower Buxton near Brownstown in St. Anne on Tuesday. The child's injuries are not considered serious at this time, but she remains admitted in stable condition at hospital. Calls placed ahead of the St. Anne Police, Superintendent Dwight Powell, for the information on the incident went unanswered. Sources, however, informed the news that the child was at home and heard other children outside in the yard. She went to get a better view of them when the mongrel dogs, which are reportedly owned by family members, pulled the child by her clothing and attacked her. An adult in the household heard the screams of the child and rushed out to her assistance. The child, who received several injuries, was subsequently rushed to the hospital for treatment. This is the second child to be attacked by dogs in St. Anne within 7 months. On November 15, 2020, Mikhail Allen was bitten all over his body, including on his head, by at least 6 dogs as he returned home from a shop in the St. Acre community that is located in the Alexandria area of St. Anne. He had been sent by his grandmother to make a purchase. The 6-year-old had to undergo several medical procedures at the Montefiore Medical Center in Bronx, New York, United States for the injuries he received. Earlier in June this year, an elderly woman was bitten by 2 pit bull dogs in Eltham in Ocherius, also in St. Anne. The owner of the dogs was charged with negligence in relation to the dog attack that left the 60-year-old woman severely injured. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.